Well, hello again. It's almost like I was just talking to you. Crazy. Okay, so here are our two assignments. The first one is called Introduction to Bass Clef. So everything that we've been doing with note names so far has been treble clef. Treble clef is probably the most common clef, and if just so we're understanding what we're talking about, a clef is this symbol right here. That's the treble clef. Remember we called it the G clef before because it circles the G line. Well, we now have a second clef, which is called bass clef, which looks like this. Why are there different clefs? Well, the clefs sort of tell us how high or how low we're playing or singing. The clefs tell us what the notes are. They give us little hints on what the note names are. So just for your information, what you need to know is that treble means higher or high, and bass clef bass means lower or low. So here is an example of how they line up. So we learned all of these notes last time. We learned, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. We learned all of those notes. Here's a couple extras, D and C down here. Well, if we were to keep going lower and lower and lower, we would have to change clefs to go lower and lower and lower, right? We know that some instruments are really low and some instruments are really high. So these clefs help us communicate better what notes are to be played. So we've already seen some of this. So here we have treble clef. We know E, G, B, D, F, and face is F, A, C, E. We learned that last time. Well, now for bass clef, it's different. The notes are not exactly the same. So we have G, B, D, F, A. Good boys do fine always. I don't really like that one. You can change it and make it whatever you want. But just know that G, B, D, F, A is the notes on the lines of the bass clef. And then A, C, E, G, or all cows eat grass, are all of the note names of the spaces. So I've now doubled the information that you have here about notes. You had already sort of figured out the top one, E, G, B, D, F, F, A, C, E. Well, now I'm saying, wait a minute, there's another version to learn, and that's the bass clef. So here's the second version to learn. So on your assignment, you will have this. This is right here on your assignment. It's a cheat sheet. It's to help you. Now, if you need to use it for every single question on your assignment, that's fine. You can do that. But I challenge you to maybe use it some of the time or just for the first few and eventually wean yourself off so that you don't need it, that you could answer all the questions on your own. So what are we going to do? Well, this is almost identical to your previous assignment, except now we're dealing with bass clef. So here you're going to put the note names in the boxes as you go along for these bass clef things. That's very simple. But I added a twist. And here we have doubles. So here we have, this is called a grand staff. A grand staff is when you have treble clef on top and bass clef on the bottom because it's bigger, it's grand. And then so what you have here is you have treble clef on top and bass clef on the bottom. You'll notice they're never being played at the same time. So here it's treble, 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 and then it jumps down bass, 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 bass. And the lines they're resting, they're not actually playing at those times. So what you're going to do is you're going to name each note jumping back and forth between, well, these are treble clef notes, so I have to use treble clef to write my answers here. And these are bass clef notes, so I have to use my bass clef information to write my answers here. So they alternate 4 treble, 4 bass, 4 treble, 4 bass. And then here it changes it and it goes 4 bass, 4 treble. And so you're going to be alternating. First I'm using my treble clef information, and then I'm using my bass clef information. So that's how you do this assignment. Okay? Just writing down, clicking. You can click into each box here, and you can click into each box like that. And I see here I press E, and it will work, I promise, if I can just click in correctly. So I press E, and boom, it works. So all you have to do is click into these boxes, and you can see, oh, this is an A, so you go A, and that's how you do that assignment. Okay, now the next assignment is called Name That Rhythm. And for Name That Rhythm, I have 8 rhythms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 rhythms here, and you are going to be trying to figure out which rhythms go where. So I am actually, right now, I'm going to start clapping rhythms. I'm going to start clapping rhythms for you. And you are going to you're going to have to figure out which rhythm I clap goes along with which of these sets of notes, okay? So I'll clap a rhythm, and I'm going to say, this is rhythm number 1. And let's say I clap this rhythm right here for rhythm number 1. So if I say this is rhythm number 1, and I clap a rhythm, and you figure out it's this one, then you put a 1 right there, and that is how you are going to do this one. I just have to find my answer key real quick. It'll take me just a second. Anyway, so as I clap the rhythms, you will, I'll tell you which 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to put it into your, hear that loud noise? It's my children playing and making lots of loud noises. Anyway, so you're going to type in your number into each of the boxes, okay? So here we go. I am going to do this. Really quick, sorry, it takes me a second to pull it up. Okay, here we go. So here's the rhythm number 1. Once again, my apologies. Okay, rhythm number 1. Let's see if I'm going to make this bigger. Okay, here we go. Rhythm number 1 for you is as follows. I'm not going to do tas or tees or anything like that. I'm just going to clap, and you can figure it out. 1, 2, ready, go. That was rhythm number 1. Remember, you can pause and rewind as much as you want. Here's rhythm number 2. Rhythm number 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Rhythm number 3. Rhythm number 3. 1, 2, ready, go. And rhythm number 4. 1, 2, ready, go. Rhythm number 5. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh, hang on a second. I lost it. 1, 2, ready, go. And rhythm number 6. 1, 2, ready, go. And rhythm number 7. 1, 2, ready, go. And rhythm number 8. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, there's your assignment. That's your name that rhythm assignment. So for each of those rhythms, you're going to put the number next to the rhythm that I did. So let's say the first rhythm I did, let's say you figured out that it was this one. I'm not saying that it is that one, but let's say you did. Then you're going to put a 1 there because you say the first rhythm that I did is that one, and so on and so forth. And then you're like, oh, the 5th rhythm I did is this one. So you'll put a 5 right there. It's not that way. I don't really, you're going to have to figure it out. But that's how you do this one. Here's the last thing. This one is optional, completely optional, not an assignment, but just for fun. Okay, let me shrink my face again. Completely optional, just for fun. is something called body rhythms. So here what we have is some rhythms where you can clap your hands or clap your knees. So here you can see that we have, well, the clapping isn't doing anything, but you're clapping your knees. And then here you go to clapping your hands. And so the top line is clapping your hands. The bottom line is tapping your knees. So here, let me do it for you. I want you to hear what it's like, and I want to see if you can do it yourself. 1, 2, ready, go. To scroll because I ran out of room on my page. I'm going to start right here at measure 13. 1, 2, ready, go. So that's just a fun thing, looking at reading 2 lines at the same time. Each line telling you which instrument you're using. Are you using your hands or using your knees? So if you want to try that, I have the document. It's not an actual assignment. It's just for you to look at, but it's fun to do. It's just an interesting extra bonus thing that you could be doing. Okay? Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much. I hope you all are safe and well. And I already said my goodbyes, but I'm going to say them again. See you later. I miss you guys. Have a good one. And it takes me a second to stop.